welcome back to the Jazz Ranch. Hip cats, groovy chicks, and finger popping daddies. You know, this is the land of the hip. And if you're a square, well, there's no room for you here. I'm just kidding, of course. You can come here if you're a square. But anyway, I have a special program for you this evening. It's a Bill Evans interpretation of a great song called Emily. It was from the Americanization of Emily and was written by Johnny Mandel and Johnny Mercer. And I'm going to give you the Bill Evans interpretation, at least my interpretation of Bill Evans' version. And, you know, people write to me all the time and they love Bill Evans, so I'm going to give you some more of that. And I have 3 quotes for you this evening. The first one, I will tell you who it is from later. You can guess. He said this: "If I were not a physicist, I would probably be a musician. I often think in music, I live my daydreams in music, and I see my life in terms of music." Now, who was that? That was Albert Einstein. How about that? Next one comes from a famous rock musician. He said this: "Music is a language that doesn't speak in particular words. It speaks in emotions. And if it's in the bones, it's in your bones." Now, that came from Keith Richards. Last one comes from another famous musician. He said this: "I think music in itself is healing. It's an explosive expression of humanity. It's something we are all touched by. No matter what culture we're from, everyone loves music." Well, that was Billy Joel. So now that you have 3 quotes of inspiration, I'm going to give you a song, a beautiful song, an interpretation by Bill Evans, and it's called Emily. Here we go. know, a lot of people have written to me and they say they dig Bill Evans, and they wonder why, what is it about him that is different from other pianists? Well, I would say that he, in the 60s, he changed the harmonic concept of playing piano in such a way that, in other words, instead of it chords built on the root, he was building them on inversions, like C major 7 would be up here, and then he would take out the 5th and play the chord like that with the dissonant notes in there. That doesn't sound so good, but actually it created a pretty sound. It was like this. And then he did this, in which all the notes were together like that. Very close voicing, we call this close voicings. And then he'd open it up like this. So now he's creating a suspended 4th there. And then he would change the chord so that the 4th would go down to the 3rd, and then the flat 9 would come in there. So important to understand that he did a lot of 13ths with flat 9. So that's a 13 there, and this is the 3rd, and there's the flat 9. And then he'd do this. Now he has a 6-9 voicing there. You see, it has the 6 and the 9 in there. So they're beautiful voicings. And they have this. Every chord in the song he would figure out and perfect to get the best sound, or the hippest sound. I would say it's very hip, you know, it's like you go to that, you know. So that's a hip sound. What is it? It's a C7 flat 9 with an augmented flat 9 up there. And there's a 6. Those voicings. And then you do something in the left hand to complement the melody. So now Bill Evans would write every chord down, every voicing down. So he had it down, he memorized it, but he had to write it out to memorize it. In other words, he was working on his project. So, you know, there it is. The C major 7 was inverted up here, and then to there. It's a pretty sound. It's dissonant and pretty at the same time. They would go like this. D minor 7 there, and then here a G9 sus. Pretty sound with the flat 9 there now, and then this 6-9. Putting that flat 9 in there now, and then a line in the left hand, like complementing to the 4 chord. Then this A major now with this dissonant chord there. Same thing on the F sharp major, minor 7. Now the B minor would go up there. So each one of those voicings complement each other. Now we go to E. Now this E chord, E. Now the flat 9 is there. Every chord is important. Every note in the melody has a chord underneath it that is important. Sus chord right there, and then this nice drop 2 voicing there. There you go there. Or there actually. What's that note in there? Very dissonant, right? Let's see. Okay. Drop 2 voicings here, and to this chord. F minor 7 chord against the G7 in the bottom, and resolving. Now all arpeggios in the left hand. You're going to do something different on the second time you go around. Now here you have your upper extensions. Alright, so you have F in the bass, but you have an E flat triad on the top. Instead of just being instead of it just being on a G chord, then now it's this upper extension chords to the C major. Now there he uses a sharp 9 D flat to approach the next chord, which is the C7. Puts an augmented note in there, augmented 5th. Another arpeggio. Suspended there, flat 9. So the suspended chord always precedes the flat 9. General rule. A minor. Now here we go to a B7. Just this. With the sharp 9. It makes it sharp 9 there. More arpeggios in the left hand. Flat 9. So every chord is really altered in some way. There's a straight D minor, not altered. G sus with the G sus's, and then the G7 flat 9, and then the B7 a sharp 11. There's the sharp 11 right there. Suspended there, 13 there, D minor 7. Now this is really unusual here. Now those are stack chords. Those are upper extension chords. So he's using an E flat against the G and a D flat against the G. It gives you that beta. You could have done it like this. Without the upper structure chords. But now he has this triad, which is inverted. E flat inverted triad to a D flat inverted. Great, it's a great sound. A sus there. See, there's the sus in there. Right there. Sus. Flat 9 there. Flat 9 right there. He goes up an octave. Now he's going to modulate in the key of, into the key of G. So 2, 5, 1, A minor 7. Sharp 11 there on the D7. Now we're into the solo in the key of G major. Now something Bill Evans does that's not common amongst jazz pianists is that he modulates often to another key and plays the song in another key in his arrangement. So this one he played in C, and then at the end of the chorus he modulates in the G and he has the solo for 16 bars, and then he plays the song out in G. So it ends like this. C there, now a 2-5 into G minor. Now we're soloing on the G major in the key of G. E major here. 1, 6, 2, 5. Six chord. 2 chord. Now the melody in G. Voicing it like that with the minor second down there. Minor minor second there. More arpeggio. Now here's the B chord into E minor. Arpeggios, sus chord going to, you have E7 altered there with the flat 9, A minor 7, tritone substitute, F7 sharp 11, sus again. A lot of sus chords. Here's the C minor. Two, 5. Now instead of resolving to the 1, we go to the flat 5, right? Half diminished. 5 minor, 3 chord, 6 dominant, 2, 5, and then up a half step to the major 7 from the root, and then resolving on the root. I want to give you a quick look at my jazz piano book, Methods and Songbook for Professional Playing. It has 2 volumes, and people that bought this book, my subscribers who bought this book, said it's the best book they've ever seen on jazz piano. And here you have the table of contents, all the subjects that are covered from beginner to intermediate to advanced. So we'll look at over here. Notice it's in a 3-ring binder, which makes it very practical. You can take any of these pages out and photocopy them, and it lies flat on the music stand. So it's very easy to use and very practical. And here is upper structure chords, 9ths, 11ths, and 13ths. All the theory about using them, then it gives you examples, and then you get a song to play. There's always songs to play in here to make it practical. And then over here you have the rootless voicings, 2-5-1s, you have the A form, B form, the 3 different inversions of rootless voicings, then you have songs to play. Moonlight and Vermont is in here, Lady Be Good, rhythmic comping in left hand. There's so many subjects that are covered in this book that it's most you will ever need to know about jazz piano, at least as a start, and it's a great resource for many years to come. So I hope you will check it out on my website. It's not available on any other website than mine, not on Amazon or any publisher's website. So I have it available for you, and I'd be glad to talk to you about it more if you write to me. Thanks.